Okay, and as you can see, I have my large desk in, my corner desk. I still need help with the hutch because it's going to take 3 people once it's reassembled to put up there. The small one's there. My storage cabinet's here. So is the bookcase. And the server rack is now here. All I have to do now is just put everything back in. Yeah, and I have it screwed to the floor finally, so this thing's not going anywhere. Okay, and as you can see, I've already put in the access panels and my new Edge Switch 16, which has 12 fiber ports and 4 10 gig Ethernet ports. Those are going to be used later down the road in some manner. I just got to put in the transceivers. I bought 6. That one's going to come out because I'm only going to have, right now I'm only going to use one 10 gig port per machine that needs it. But then I can start doing actual like snapshotting and stuff like that, so that this way, you know, my stuff just doesn't go bye-bye. So, because I did have that catastrophe with the latest TrueNAS 12. Hopefully that's all been resolved and stuff like that. I just have to copy everything back first and then put that stuff and then start snapshotting it so that it'll snapshot everything, which will be great. But yeah, I can't wait to use this. I know I already tested it. I don't know if I listed that on one of the other videos in the meantime, but yeah, I tested it out, plugged it in when while we were still working on the floor, and it works. I'm able to remote into it and everything. I just got to change the default password because I was like, this thing isn't going to be running. So once I change all that and everything, it'll be good to go. Okay, and I also installed the new monitor stand for here, so that way I can still do things. And the nice thing about it is its height is short enough. Let me move my water so I don't knock it over. I can swing it out if I want more desk area here to work with. I can even push it more, but my drill's in the way right at the moment. And then I can just swing it back. And then that way I can work on stuff. I can, you know, move it out of the way, set my 3D printer up there or over here. Depends on how I want to do it. You know, time will tell how everything will work. But yeah, so the room is coming along really nice. Those are not the new monitors. That's one of the old ones. This one's got to go back over onto the server rack once I do that, because I still need to get a KVM switch and one of those KVM consoles. So I can basically get the monitor out of there, and that way it has a tray. It'll pull out and the screen will flip up and expose the keyboard and everything, and that'd be nice. I've got my eye on a couple of them on Amazon, and I've got my eye on one on eBay. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to get it, just because of money and everything. Okay, just want to let you know that, as you can tell, I have a much cleaner basement, or garage. I got most everything out, as you've probably seen by the other video. The only problem I'm having right now is the fact that I need 3 people, or 2 men and a small boy. I nominate myself as a small boy. Because this thing's heavy to lift up, and I know my wife had the idea, well, why don't we just build it and then set it up there and put it together on top? And it's like, yeah, it'd be nice if that would work, but it doesn't work that way. There's too many pieces that got to go together, and that's where the issue is right at this point in time. All these pieces got to go together. I wonder when the hell that happened. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I do, in a way. But, point being, is that I still need to get all this put together and lifted up onto the thing, and pretty much, yeah, That's all I can say. I know I really got to work on this. I mean, I was working on this first before I did the bedroom or the server room, and yeah, I really need to do this when I'm done. Find a way to store tools in one place and the screws and everything in another, so I can find stuff like that instead of having stuff in boxes and just laying every frickin' where, because that's what I do. I just throw shit away, not away, throw shit around and don't pick it up or anything of the kind. I still got to figure out where I'm going to store this thing, because I'm sure I'm going to need it for other projects that I'm pretty sure are probably going to happen. Like anything else, something's going to break and I'll need the tool, and if I give the tool or sell the tool to somebody else, guess what? I don't have it, and then I have to buy another one, which I'd rather not. But just basically showing you around the garage a little bit. Then I got to deal with all this stuff, and there's my wife's Barbies, which, in case you haven't noticed, is covered in dust. So, but yeah, just figured I'd give you a little show of the garage, show you where I'm at. Okay, so one of the switches that was sitting out in the other room, this is one a friend of mine, Steve, gave me a long time ago when I was over his house, because he upgraded his Cisco switch to a gigabit. I want to say this is a... I want to say this is a 24 port? Can't be. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's a 24 port non-PoE switch. And I opened it up because I heard a piece of plastic, which I wasn't sure what it was, because it did fall and it did hit pretty hard. But that's the piece of plastic that was in it that was making all kinds of noise. And I happened to look, and like you could see like all these major dust bunnies that are in this thing. I'm like, holy crap. And I mean, I've heard stories, especially at my workplace, where there's a couple of our offices that they literally put their Cisco equipment up in the ceiling that has like no airflow, gets very hot, especially in the summer. And shockingly, it still worked. And, you know, we were totally amazed at that, because every time they always had that, they had to do stuff. They're like, oh, that means we got to crawl up into the ceiling and do it. Yeah. So I want to say this switch should be still okay. I'm going to test it out here in a minute after I suck out all these dust bunnies, because that's funny. My God, this is insane. And I know one of the ports are bad on this. And like I said, I'm going to just use this switch or anything similar to this just whenever I'm firing up like test stuff and crap like that I just don't care. Or I may, well, it's still a good switch. If I knew somebody that would want it wouldn't mind it if it sucks a little power, because that's what these things do. I would say I'd give it to them, you know, because like I said, there's only one port. I want to say it's port 8, but I could be wrong. But it's a Cisco Catalyst 2950. And like I said, it's a 24 port switch. Nice switch. If only it was gigabit, you know, I would definitely use it, especially if it was gigabit PoE. Probably for most security cameras, I think gigabit's too much. But I could be wrong. I want to say it's the dust from inside of this thing that's caused me to choke, because this is like crazy. I mean, oh man. I mean, I can only imagine what my one Unify switch looks like on the inside, because I'm pretty sure it's got all kinds of dust bunnies on the inside of it too. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that this thing's okay. Since it took a header, I gotta test that one up there too to make sure it still works. Okay, and here's the other one. That's the PoE switch that work let me use when we were working from home, which I'm going to hang on to, because, hey, you never know with the way this crazy country's going. But there's no major dust bunnies in this one, which is surprising. But apparently that other one, I have to figure out something, because the little like lighting tubes here, like on the front of the other one that my friend Steve gave me, like most of those lit up really bright, and then like towards, like looking at this, like if this was the front of it, the ones from about here over were fine. The ones from here over and the display at the very end in the front wasn't lit well, so I don't know if something broke. I have to look. There could be some dirt or something maybe blocking the light or something like that, because I did see them light up, so the tubes are still there, because I'm assuming it's picking up the light from like some of the other tubes or something like that, but I have to see if something like moved or whatever. So I'm going to be looking at that here in a second. But it's good to be able to have some place to work on stuff like this, because it was just a real pain before. So okay, and I connected everything. I connected these two back up. There's really nothing plugged in, but they're going to be soon, and I just need to get batteries for this. I got to find the other one that was here on the floor for that other strip up there, so that it'll be working. And then it's just a matter of bringing the servers down. I re-leveled a lot of stuff, so pretty much the server rack, other than all the other stuff and the new switch there, pretty much just got to get all that stuff racked. And once I get that racked and plugged in, and I even figured out a way to really mount this. Like I put a screw in one of the holes, and this one over here, but more up here at the very top back here, and then down at the bottom right here I drilled a hole in the top one, because there's one down at the bottom, then there's a square, and then this one I kind of elongated the hole that's built into these. If you take the plastic ends off, because I got these at Harbor Freight, and once I elongated, I put a bolt with a washer here and a locking washer and a nut on the back side, and these things are now tight. They don't swing. It's great. So yeah, server rack's coming along. Oh, hell, getting old. But yeah, just got to start bringing the servers down and hook them up. I'll probably bring the 410 down first, 710 next, then the one storage unit that has the rails there, then bring the other one that goes on the thing, because I'm hoping if I have everything spaced correctly, it should fit. Should. Can't guarantee it. Because as long as everything fits, I'm fine. I still need to get rails for the 420 so that I can put it in there. Kind of hoping to get some at some point. But yeah, there's everything there, and then all I got to do is just wire everything up. And tempted to maybe, you know what, I may just do that. Oh, never mind. Well, no, I can still do it. I'm just thinking to myself. Just thinking about stupid stuff. Yeah, I just got to hook up the fiber cables. I actually found fiber cables of the right size. I'll show you guys that. I'll unbox them as I'm going to set this up. But yeah, they weren't as cheap as I wanted them to be, but they were a lot cheaper than what I found before, where it was like 30 some odd dollars for a single fiber cable. These are around $7-8 a cable. That's for 7 inches long. I know that's still expensive, but to be honest with you, it is a lot better than $39 for like one.